Yo, this is your boy Rilla Force, aka Wave Daddy, and you are now listening to LFOD Radio.
Shout out to LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
We out here, live free or die radio.
And shout out to my man Uncle Sam at LFOD Radio.
You are now tuned in to LFOD Radio, Live Free or Die. I am your host, Uncle Sam. Tonight we will be welcoming Rilla Force to the program. He is a very talented producer with a genuine soul. He paints his world with a pastel palette. The new album, Fiesta, is out now. I'm joined currently by A-Ball.
Yo, how's it going, man?
Good, what's happening?
Not too much.
Yeah?
Yeah. Honestly, just napping.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been expelling a lot of energy, and I gotta insulate it. I've been thinking about that lately. Have we talked about this?
We have.
Yeah, we have.
That you're in tune with which direction the switch is supposed to be in these days.
Yes. We did. But was it on air? I feel like this is something we just discussed.
I honestly can't even keep track anymore. I feel like we're always on air.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we should hang out more.
Yeah. When I get back, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Word.
Who knows where we'll be at by then. I feel like we'll be just calling each other.
I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, what's it going to be like? Like, where am I going to be personally? Like, when it's warm.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very, like, life is always different, whether it's cold or warm in Boston. I don't know why, but it changes people's energies and maybe like the outcomes of their endeavors. Who knows?
Hopefully, we'll all be in good places.
Hopefully, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be the same.
You better not be.
Right?
Yeah.
That'd be so disappointing.
You're like, I'm the same person. I just traveled the country. Like,
yeah, I came back.
There's no way.
With no growth. Oh, man. I tried looking up how much longer my bonsai tree would live.
Oh, yeah?
I couldn't find a solid number.
Weird. Well,
I'm thinking about that because who knows what it'll look like when I get back.
That's true. But if you want, so I'm about to be a dog caregiver.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a plant parent that I can give care to the plant of. You have a guy?
A bunch of bonsais. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm giving it to the master to take care of.
Yeah, facts. I don't know anything about trees, but
yeah.
I know that's not right.
You know a lot about trees,
yeah,
dude.
I do.
Last time you were telling me all sorts of things about trees. If you didn't hear the last episode, check that out because we talk about this whole road trip that's happening.
Yeah. And vascular plants,
all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, I just realized today that I'm going to miss my puppy so much. Like that sunk in.
Yeah, it's
when
rough.
I got home last night at like 2 a.m, and she was jazzed. Like,
oh yeah.
I can't take you with me.
It's sad. I wonder. Yeah, I like wonder about moving out of Boston. You know, if that ever will happen. Yeah. And it's like, I can't leave that dog behind. My new puppy is like,
bring the pup.
She's my daughter.
I feel like people tune in to hear us talk about Boston hip hop, though. Believe it or not.
Yeah, it is true.
Believe it or not, we were at it. Well, also, I don't know where you guys are tuned in. Maybe you're listening to the broadcast, and if you are, we're also on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher, LFODradio.com, or pretty much any other podcast app. If you're tuned in on that, I'd hit the subscribe button right after so you get all the new episodes right away. If not, follow us on whatever your social media platform is at LFOD Radio, LFOD Life on Facebook, and that way you'll get notified for the most part when we drop them. But we were at that E-Jake. We were at the J Boston show.
Indeed, yeah.
On Saturday night. E-Jake extended the invite.
Yeah, that was very fun.
Yeah?
I liked it a lot. I was honestly like, I didn't even know that room in the Middle East existed, and I don't really know what I was
upstairs.
I knew that there was an upstairs, but I thought the upstairs was like like the one area of it. I don't know.
Oh, like the corner maybe.
Yeah, like where you like you could just walk in the front door in the corner of the Middle East. Like I think I've seen performances in there, so I was like, oh, that must be upstairs, but. There's like I just walked into this room. I was like, what? Like, I've only ever been downstairs.
Experience. I didn't realize that was your first time upstairs.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And
you're a part of the scene now.
Great music. Like, I was honestly thrown away. Like, I was like, wow. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that these people were here, you know, and I just, it's like I'm on this podcast or radio show, I should say.
Yeah.
And so I should know about these people, right? And I'm just like,
there's a lot.
I keep discovering new people, and it blows my mind. Honestly.
Why it's so fun, man. You can find a new artist every day.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard Skrilla H before.
Mm-hmm.
He had that song. He's like, golly, this is some player, and it was quite
that was a slap for
that
sure.
record was fire. He had some stuff. Lotus had a tight set.
He did.
Super tight. It was good to see him. Jay Boston, dude, I was blown away.
That was moving.
I was really blown away by what that man has been through in the past couple of years and how he is just bulldozing through it and pushing forward. Yeah, I mean,
it must be like,
dude, the things he was saying,
ask,
I was like, wow, man, like those are sentences I'd struggle even getting out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's very, very powerful.
Shout out to him. Congrats. Dirty Canvas out now. Definitely check it out. And, you know, shout out to everyone that's been a part of his journey and that he's, you know, keeping their names
for sure
out here, you know, on stages.
Thanks for the good music, you know?
Yeah, it was cool seeing Mom and Pop up on stage too.
Yeah,
it was a
fun.
family affair. Shout out a lot of people. Shout out DJ Deadeye. A lot of folks in the building. And then I went next door to Riff Raff after.
Yeah. How was that? I was curious I was wondering how that would go because you just went off and you didn't tell me if you were like getting in actually. So
yeah,
were you successful?
Jody High Roller, man. It was, put it this way, I got there at like 12:30 and he wasn't on stage. There was some opener I'd never heard of. I actually ran into my buddy Tyler. Shout out Tyler. He played bass in my band, Educate the Antidote back in the day. And I ran to him. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. So that was really cool. I caught up with him, but Riff was just, I don't know what he was doing, but he wasn't coming on stage. And then like we finally thought he was going to come on stage, and then this like dude in like pajamas came out and was like, I'm Topanga Jack. And then he like did a bunch of music.
Word.
And like there wasn't really a DJ. There was just like a laptop, and like sometimes like it just stopped like for periods of time, and someone would have to go back up on stage and like double click on you know, their playlist again. But so that wasn't awesome. But then Riff popped out eventually. It was good. It was cool to see, like to say I saw him. I took a bunch of photos. Hopefully some are good. It was cool. He did a bunch of records. You know, I recognized Quinceañera and a couple other ones. It was cool, dude. I was happy to see Riff Raff. I wish I had known I was going to a Riff Raff show. I would have prepared for it differently.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
It was cool.
What do you mean by that, though?
Whatever I mean.
Okay.
But it was just, I didn't plan on, I left the house that morning and did not think I'd be at Riff Raff like 13 hours later.
Yeah. That's funny.
So yeah, it was a cool weekend. A lot of music. Lots has been going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our last episode before the road trip starts. So after this one, we're getting into the time warp, and we're gonna start playing.
Playing back the old ones,
extra recorded shows. So
yeah.
Shout out to y'all. It's coming.
It's coming.
Future episodes.
It's gonna be fun. I feel like I'm gonna be in the station and just like remember, like, oh yeah, like that hilarious moment.
The Syndicate, very live.
The Syndicate.
So, but dude, we got to talk to Rilla Force, right?
We do.
Shout out, before we do that, shout out the record company for hosting us. Shout out Pavement Coffee. This is our third episode in less than 24 hours. They are keeping us going. Shout out Skull Candy. And huge shout out to all our patrons. Patreon.com/LFOD life. I was brainstorming about that today. I think I have a dope power up we're going to unleash soon.
Okay.
Very excited. So.
Yeah, I'm curious now.
Without further ado, we're going to get into some music, and we'll be back after this with Rilla Force. You're tuned into LFOD Radio. And we're back, LFOD Radio. We set things off with new music, fresh out the inbox. Artists hit us with clean records, submissions, at LFODradio.com. Before I go any further, I'd be remiss if I did not shout out Greyhound one time. He actually got me into the show at Middle East Downstairs that night. The trifecta. So shout out to him for looking out for the media. That last song we just played was from Fiesta, the new record from Rilla Force, who joins us now. Greetings.
Welcome.
What's up, guys?
What's happening?
A lot is happening. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things, a lot of things, man.
Yeah. Congrats on the album.
Thank you. I appreciate
Very
it.
good. I
One of the
enjoyed
good
it.
things, I hope.
No, I appreciate y'all listening, for real. I feel like no one be like knowing my music and stuff. So
Really?
yeah.
I've seen your streaming numbers.
Yeah.
You think it's just a like stream farm?
Nah, I mean it's all real. Just I don't know. I feel out here, like out in mass, like I feel like no one knows who I am. Like just recently, people started to like figure out like, oh, Rilla does this, Rilla does that, da da da.
Yeah. The people that know.
Yeah, no, of course.
Sometimes it's a weird connection. Like, you know, someone who's like just telling everyone about you, and I feel like networking is always like producing random success for anybody. You know, like obviously there's a lot you can do to like make yourself successful, but I think that there's just like sometimes you just meet someone and you're like, that's that like shoot to the top. You know, like, sometimes it just, I don't know.
I hear you. No, connections
Randomness
are a
in the
big
universe.
thing, for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely like can make or break a situation.
Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna say shout out B Club Podcast. D hit me years ago. At this point, he must have. He's like, you gotta check out this guy, Rilla Force.
Oh, word. Okay.
So the producers know. I feel like your peers are hip.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like it's just like I don't know, people that like be going to shows and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like the public, I guess.
We're gonna let them know. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I appreciate
Rilla
it.
Force.
Maybe that's just that next level of fame. You're not even ready for it.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
all the people around.
So we actually first met getting ready for the shift. We have like hour and a half interview in the can that we never dropped.
Yeah.
Should we put that
Oh,
out?
Yeah.
For sure. I
That
love
should
it.
happen.
Do you want it?
Yeah, that should be out.
right,
Why
all
not? Yeah.
We were just playing around with the format back then and seeing what it might be.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
So that'll have a whole bunch of like producer talk about, you know, how you create and your style and stuff like that. But speaking of your style, this is something that stuck out from that convo. I think your style is hard to define. And I noticed that when people do write about you or talk about you, they kind of allude to that.
Yeah.
But you told me you think of your style as cutesy.
Yeah, it's hella cutesy, bubbly,
Okay.
bouncy. It's nice.
I could see that.
And that's a hilarious word to me.
Cutesy.
Still, I love it.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a bit on how you envision yourself?
That's a really good question. Yeah. I just think I'm a person that makes music. I mean, I know that sounds like super basic and super general, but like literally, like I don't know. I come from a home where like my mom's super religious. She didn't let me listen to like too much like worldly music. Got into music like in the high school and all that. Started making beats, started dancing and stuff like that. Making music for dancing and like just kind of figuring it out like a savant, I guess. Like no training in anything.
Put me onto that dance music.
Yeah. No, crumping. I used to crump.
You used to crump?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, with like Ashton, all them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Russell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
We had like a big group. We were like called like Side Street.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I've been meeting these people more recently.
That's the homies.
Yeah, going
Same
on.
thing like all these people like Jay Boston, EJ. Those are people like from hometown.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. People just don't know me. I know everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude crumps.
I know. I be seeing them dancing.
A little bit. Like,
Come on, dude. You at the beginning of the season, you're like, yes, I crump. And now you're...
I mean, like, I haven't focused on it in a while.
Okay.
And it's like, it was something that I sort of like planned to delve into more in the future. And
I will stop speaking for you then.
yeah, no, you're good. No, it's just like, I'm not keeping you updated. So
Yeah.
there's no way that you can't
Okay.
expect you. I can't ask too much of you, Sam.
Word. So the crumping, we actually talked to Stiggity Stacks.
Yeah.
And he said you used to do the music for their videos back in the day.
I used to make all the crump beats and stuff.
Wow.
And
That's
he said
dope.
all his intro songs were always, Rilla Force. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, I was going to talk about this later, but you kind of brought it up early. We interviewed a few people at the MFA at that late night that
okay.
Hipstery did, and every interview your name came up.
Oh,
so
that's dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
They all were like, yo, Rilla up. I kind of wish I was listening to Rilla's set right now.
Yeah.
Or they brought you up some other way. So your peers definitely rock with you. Like, how does that's going to make you feel good, even if you might feel like the casual fan hasn't caught up.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, it's definitely cool. I'm glad that like I was doing other interviews like prior to this, and just like I finally feel like I'm like accepted in like this like Boston music community, because like before, like I have like a really big fan base overseas and like just like in other countries or like just other states, and like it's hard, like sometimes you'll do something in your hometown, and then you feel like you get more love walking 5 minutes down the road. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, that's wild.
It's definitely a good feeling knowing that like people actually like rock with me and like support me and like are there.
Yeah, I mean, you said something to me, I think last year when we talked, and like it was like almost hard to hear, but like I remember you asked me, I think it was right around when some award show was doing something, I don't know, and you were just like, you looked at me like so sincerely, just like, what do I need to do, Sam? Like, I don't know. Like, what do I need to do? And like you almost, it sounded like defeated. I remember being like, damn, why does he feel like that? Like what does he need to do, But it seems like now people are coming around. So like, what did you do?
Honestly, like I just kind of focused on, like a lot of it was focusing on the people around me and helping people. Because before I was just really focusing on my own music and stuff and doing all that. And then I started like producing. I was like last year I was like producing like 5 people's albums. And like also doing my own thing and doing a lot of traveling, touring, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you sort of like stuck out a giving hand and they gave back?
In a sense, like, yeah, like I feel like in doing those favors for people, like producing people or engineering for people, in turn they, people come to my studio and then like I meet more people and, just networking and stuff like that.
Word.
But
yeah, it all just comes together.
But like it was beneficial in that sense, but in another sense, like except for my homie came from East, like no one dropped anything. So it was like then it just felt like
you and Billy Dean dropped
this year.
Oh,
I'm talking about last year.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
So you're talking about like a lot of work that just didn't get released.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's like not gonna get released either.
Yeah, that could be dejecting for sure.
Yeah, and like for me too, because I do music full time, and like I'm like a living proof that like you can make money through streaming. Like I pay my rent and stuff through streaming and stuff like that. And like it's real. Like it's
amen. Like,
you know what I mean? People like, you don't make money like that. I was like, you're not doing it right, because like it's literally that's how I'm here.
Yeah,
But I literally saw like my like residuals like go down by like the hundreds because I wasn't releasing like projects and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, like now I gotta like focus on myself 2019, and then like drop the album, I dropped a remix EP earlier in the year and like a bunch of other like little things here and there. So
taking the time out almost like backfired.
So I treat everything like a learning experience.
Okay.
So it wasn't backfiring. It just showed me that I do need to focus on myself as well as focus on other people, the people that matter to me and the people that are helping me.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't help anybody if you can't help yourself.
Yeah. And I'm a big like proponent on like, I don't know, my mother just always told me to like, be kind and be gracious. And, if you can help someone. And like, I really take that to heart, and I really put myself before a lot of people a lot of times. And it was just like, I don't know, my first full year of like, all right, not working a day job and like doing the music thing. And then I really felt that I was like, oh, okay, I really need to focus on myself, because I can't do these things for these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like be like starving,
They're not going to pay your rent.
Yeah.
Right?
You know? So
You were super. I remember your shift was real collaborative.
Yeah.
That Maka record is still fire.
No, it's dope. I mean, like I would have had more
remember
people too, but like, you know, some
Yeah.
people got jobs or something like that. People can't pull up all the time. But
You're one of the few out here that is doing music full time.
yeah, man. I mean,
It's hard in Boston, man.
it is. I mean, but that's the thing though. It's like I don't base like when I think about music, I think bigger than the city because like that's how it was for me. Like I didn't get a base out here. I don't have like a fan base out here. Like I'm growing one and I want one.
Yeah.
But as far as like the music scene, like I feel like when people were like trying to release music, they think about what's just right here, which is dope. But like I plan for like what's bigger, like people like that are outside of like my immediate area. And that's kind of like how like I got on, like especially like I got played like on a couple radio shows like overseas. And then people were like listening to me in like Ireland and like London and like a bunch of places just not here. And and like I was like, oh, okay, this is the wave. Like this is how you should do it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, not how you should do it, but this is another way of thinking.
Right. It's working for you. So
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Gotta roll with it.
Yeah. And I don't know. I employ everyone to like try to think a little bit like broader, like broaden your horizons and think bigger picture.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How did you get that overseas, like streaming?
Oh, just
curious.
SoundCloud, to be honest.
SoundCloud?
Like, I'm a big SoundCloud guru. Like I know that app like the back of my hand, man.
Word.
Like it's
Okay.
crazy. But it's
Nice.
like one of my homies put me on to this DJ. He goes by Complexion. And he has like the equivalent to like somewhat of like the Launchpad like out here.
Okay.
But it's called the Future Beats Show. And he plays like, you know, Future Beats, like the genre.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays all future beats.
Okay.
And like that's what I used to call my music before, like future beats.
Yeah.
And he would play my music all the time and shout me out and all that stuff.
That's
Nice.
So
Well, there you go. Yeah.
then that led to other people playing music and yeah.
That support, like the repeated plays are so crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about packing up and heading towards where you had a fan base?
Yeah, I mean I think about that all the time. Like I did a like a small tour in 2018. Like last year, like it was like 8 stops or something like that in Japan.
Yeah.
And like it was
fire.
it was dope because like literally I was walking down the street and people were like, yo, Rilla, like what? I was like, yeah, you're Rilla. You made like Hey Bae, you made like this song. Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's what I'm
dope.
saying. So it's
Recognized in public is like a new. Like,
I was like, oh, that's
Wow.
weird. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like clearly like I people know me out here, people get the music and all that. And like I don't know, like I was talking to my girlfriend about it. I was like, I could live out there.
Yeah.
I could do it for sure. But
Yeah.
like I don't know. I wanna do more things out here first before I go to like another part of the world or
Yeah.
just I don't know, West Coast or something or who knows.
It's important for you to get love in the hometown.
It's not important for me to get love, but it's important for me to set the foundations that honestly help other people and help myself later on. Like I rather like, I don't know, experiment with like working with other companies or labels or something like that and like bring some of that out here. So that way like another artist can get the same treatment. Like they can get signed or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like they can work with another company or whatever.
or it's
Then
like
when I
a
come
community
back-
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just help the community. Honestly, like we're all a giant ecosystem.
Yeah.
We feed
Yeah.
off each other.
Yeah.
And we can, make ourselves by helping others.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the ecosystem.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's crucial.
it is.
He hates it when I do this, but A-Ball, you had some questions
that's
for
right.
Rilla. I'll do my A-Ball voice.
Oh God,
Your music soothes me in general.
that one.
What's your goal with your production?
Honestly,
I feel mocked.
Do you want to ask?
Yes, I do.
Okay, ask.
Now that I remember. So yeah, like listening to tracks like Amen, I felt like this lounge vibe. Like I was just like, ooh, like I was just in my room, like cooling it, and all of a sudden it was like this fancy plush like hookah lounge or something.
Right.
I don't know. But I was wondering, like, do you feel like I was trying, I listened through a bunch of your music on Spotify today, and I was really just wondering, like, what's his like shtick? And I feel like, yeah, isn't it a great word? And we were just talking about that earlier. And apparently, like, other journalists around are kind of like not sure about like a vibe that you have.
yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, do you like do you feel like you kind of just like mold your vibe to however you feel? Do you feel like you have a structure in your creation process? Like, I'm just always kind of curious about how people write music.
I mean, I feel like for me, like I definitely have like a sound. It's just hard to categorize. It's hard to put into words. That's why I made up R&BDM. Because that definitely that's just the genre of music I make.
Okay. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's
Never
why
even heard
I was like, that's not
arrangement.
a thing. Let me start it. And I made my first album, like my first EP. And then, yeah. But as far as the making of the music, I don't know. It depends on how I'm looking at it from an artist perspective. Like, I don't know. I just kind of write music. It's like not anything different. But from being a record producer, I kind of want to be like a chameleon almost. Like I want to fit in any environment. So it's like songs with like those records we did with like me and Billy are different from when I work with like Malia, or different from when I work with like Latrell, or you know what I mean. But it's still, you can kind of still tell it's me.
Yeah.
But they're all very different artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just want to be able to like fit it. I want to just, my ideal setup, I guess, would be like if an on-call record producer or whatever is, if you have a studio, you call me up like, yo, we're gonna work with whoever. I'm gonna roll in with like my sounds on a thumb drive. I know how to use every workstation, every DAW, every whatever. I can play different instruments. I want to be able to like produce Gucci Mane and Garth Brooks
Okay.
on the same track and make it work.
Word.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people, they make their sound, which is great.
Right.
And that's good. And that's a good thing. But I think people think about it less of as a craft. Like this is like my craft, like production. Like that's what it is. It's like a skill, like carpentry or something like that. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people view it as just like something that they're good at, and the way that they do it is like very dope. But like doing it in a broader sense, like doing it in other ways and how other people do it and how other people think about it, I value that. And like that's what I want to do.
That's when you get to put super in front of it.
Yeah.
Super producer.
Beautiful.
Well, I read a thing where you were saying at a certain point you realized you were more than a producer, you were an artist. So is that like, those are two separate things then? Producer, you mean you want to be able to go in the studio and execute whatever sound, but then for your stuff, the art has its own place. Yeah,
like I feel like in the way I label them in my brain, because I like when I say Rilla Force, like it's everything. It's me as a DJ, me as an artist, me as a producer, me as whatever. And you can call me a producer, you can call me an artist, you can call me whatever you want. But that can be confusing too. That's a lot of hats, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're a multifaceted individual.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard for people to digest too.
Yeah.
Especially like when you're trying to like market yourself to new people, because they're like, well, they do too many things.
There's no way he's good at all of them, but you're like,
that's the hard way too. People just want one thing. They want to put you in the box.
Exactly.
And it's cool. But like people got to understand, like a box is like,
could
be multiple sizes.
Right.
Or even
I have a big
not box shaped.
Yeah.
Big box.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, well, I'm going to keep an eye out for those executive producer credits on these albums.
Yeah, man.
So I'm kind of thinking that because of your 2018 collaborations, you might be a bit cautious about this next question, but I did notice that you are always working with artists and almost, I don't know the right word for it, like groom doesn't seem right, but you kind of work with people and are helping them build like their sound and find their sounds. And, sort of like, I don't know, raising them up, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I mean,
is there anyone you're working with now? Like, who are you that you know it's coming? Or
Malia, Timar. I'm working with a bunch of people.
Well, she's been having a big year too.
Yeah, she just got signed, like, and that's been good. So a lot of things are good. A lot of good things are happening with her. I don't know if I said Latrell already, but Latrell. Leo the Kind.
Dude, he's got some stuff.
Yeah, he just got signed too.
Yep. Everyone's getting signed right now.
Everyone getting signed, man.
Time.
Yeah.
Victory.
But no, I mean, honestly, like, I would say grooming. Like, I'm trying to be a traditional record producer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a beat maker where I just send you a pack of beats and you rap over it. Like, let's actually make this record in the studio at the same time. I'm going to put my feedback in it. If you need help writing, I'm going to help you write. You know what I mean?
I like that.
My idea is if you're an artist or if you're an artist, you come to the place where I work or I go to where you work. And the whole point is we have different skill sets. So it's like, say you are the face and you also make the lyrics. Okay. And I help you by making the music behind the face and behind the lyrics.
Yeah.
And the idea is, or at least the goal is, for you to have your vision and explain it to me, and I help you make it come to life.
Like a vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times that a lot of artists have that vision and I just make music and then we come together and it's great. And sometimes they just write songs and they don't really know like where to take the vocals or whatever, or like how to say it right, or like they just have an idea but they don't really like know where to put it all.
Yeah.
And that's my job. Like, that's my job. Like, literally, like, yo, like, all right, let's try like this, sing it like that, do these like this. All right, you know?
And that's a huge gift to the artist, too, because there's so many artists who I feel like do have a vision and they just simply, it's all on them to execute this whole thing that, you know, they don't have the tools to execute, or even maybe the skills to wear all the different hats, you know what I mean? And they can see it and they can hear it, but they can't manifest it by themselves. So that's dope, man. So before we get into this commercial break, I'm just kidding. It's not a commercial break.
We don't do commercials.
Music. But where can people tap in with you on the socials and all that?
To just like talk or whatever, or just like follow me, or
just for chat.
I mean, whatever you want to do with them.
I mean, on all my social media, I will reply back usually. But like, I don't know. I use Facebook, Instagram. I use
Is it just
Twitter.
at Rilla Force?
Yeah.
Everything?
Oh yeah. I'm not trying to make you look for me. It's just Rilla Force.
RILLAFORCE.
You got it.
If you're looking at the podcast, you probably know that already. But if you're listening, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
So.
He's a force.
It's like Gorilla without the go. So simple.
Is that the root of it?
No, I could tell you that like later in the interview.
Okay.
I thought it was
wanna
like
tell us
guerrilla
about it?
warfare.
Huh? No.
Really?
Because you said you want to be a chameleon. You said like, I'm Rilla Force. I'm gonna hit you with all these angles. That's what guerrilla warfare
Wow,
is.
he had you in the trenches out
Oh
there.
no, that's not even.
Yeah,
it.
they're like, I'm gonna throw. Yeah,
He's got layers. He's an onion.
No, I mean I could tell you. I mean, like
Yeah.
when I was younger, I used to get made fun of, and I'm like, if you don't know, I'm a gentle giant, right?
Yeah.
So I used to get teased a lot, and this one kid used to call me a gorilla, and I was like, nah, we're gonna turn that negative to a positive. And then I dropped the go, so Rilla, and then Force. Everything like I want to do in this music, I want to be like an unstoppable juggernaut, like an unmovable force, so like Rilla Force.
Oh.
word.
Yeah, I thought you were a realer I thought you were a realer force with an
Rilla?
accent, like Rilla Force.
Nah,
I was wondering, like, will you like level up to the realist force someday?
yo, maybe.
Real
Hopefully. Yo.
force.
First of all, I don't know. I don't want to talk bad to children, but that kid sucked. But I'm glad you.
Oh, I
turned it around.
threw a rock at his eye.
Good.
He has a scar.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's wild because people will see the videos. You're like 3 times the size of both of us combined. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, twice the size of me. But
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
whatever. All right,
We're the same size.
We're gonna play some music. We'll be back after this with more from Rilla Force. You tuned in to LFOD Radio. All right, we are back. LFOD Radio. We got Rilla Force with us.
Your boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know your drop is going to be so fire. I wanted to talk about this.
No pressure.
So it's December 30th right now. It's about to be 2020.
Crazy.
I know you put together a list of goals every year.
Oh, yeah.
That you write down and start checking off, big and small. Are you ready for 2020? Do you have the list yet? How does this go?
Yeah, I mean, I have like short-term goals, long-term goals, but honestly, like I was telling you earlier, like I want to work with like a bunch of brands. I want to travel a lot more, do bigger tours. I want to have like an official international tour. Small things, just I don't know, work on more projects, collaborate with more people, finished an album with Tamar and Malia and a bunch of other people. And yeah.
So I was thinking, because this is something you do all the time, well, every year at least.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to me, like, how do you approach that? And like, how would you advise an artist who hears this and is like, oh, that seems to be working for him. I'd like to try that. Like, how do you approach it? Because it can be intimidating to start with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, at least like in the music field, you gotta shake that off, being intimidated by things, because everyone is a superpower and everyone has all these gifts and like connections and stuff like that. Like someone's friend knows Oprah and that's how you get on Oprah. And you know what I mean? Like, like Russell Gutta, like he's a crumper. Like he was on Ellen. He won So You Think You Can Dance. Like those are avenues to those things. I know him personally. He's my homie. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, I think like, don't hype it up. Like, you know, like just honestly, just like, you know, if you think big and write down your goals, like, and exaggerate them, because you never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? If you want to sell out Gillette, write that down. Like, you know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen. You don't know your trajectory. You don't know how motivated you're going to be. You could make 5 albums in 1 year and then go on tour and then meet Drake and do all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you think you're only going to release a 2-song mixtape, then that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, facts.
I feel like there's something about writing it down, too, that makes it happen.
For sure. Looking at it, like saying it is one thing, but definitely like, I don't know. I always thinking about, for me, it's like when I listen to an old song, I was like, oh, wow, like I made that. That was weird. Like I was in a different headspace and everything. And like, I don't know, but like definitely like writing it down or like listening to voice memos or even listening to older music or whatever you do. Like I would reflect a lot. Just looking at older things you did. It's like, wow, I was inspired.
Yeah.
Why was I like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like if you were interested in something and it faded, like, and now you're like 2 years later or something, and you go back and you listen to a song you wrote. It's like, why don't I do that anymore? You know, like,
exactly.
Like, yeah, I like it. Also, thank you for saying that, because I feel like truly inspired. Yeah. Honestly, like,
it's real, man.
Don't sell yourself short and like dream bigger than you already are. Is like, I feel like something all of us could do more.
We can all be a superpower. We can all do whatever we want. And I hate saying being the next whatever, because being the next whatever implies that your time will fade. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like if you're destined to be you, Sam,
I am,
you know, then that's what you're going to do. And you're not going to be the next whoever. You're going to be you. That's your legacy. That's your story.
Yeah. Can't wait to tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already are.
Can't wait to hear
This is a part of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rilla, you're in the book. You know?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
We're all in each other's books.
Yeah.
Right now, there's like a whole chapter.
Crazy.
Very spicy.
I like it. I like it.
That shirt's spicy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We got a couple more minutes, and then we got to get into this DJ set. One thing I would ask, I know we've been talking a lot about personalities and things like that. Not today, but in general. And you have, I feel like you're almost always in the same mood when I see you.
Yeah.
How do you, like, what's your approach to your mindset, and how do you stay so almost like, you know,
constant,
just sort of carefree, but like balanced, focused, super playful? Like,
I second that question hard.
I'm grateful for a lot. I feel like it's very natural for people to see what they don't have, and I'm like that too, but constantly I'm always thankful for what I have and what I receive, especially in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just staying grateful. And, you know, my dad told me this like analogy before. He was building off the whole like seeing the glass half empty, half full. He was saying just appreciate the glass, which is very important. It's like people don't even what is the glass standing on? Probably a table. Appreciate that table.
Yeah.
probably in a house. Appreciate that.
Appreciate
you know
that
what
you
I
have
mean?
water. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like I feel like that gets overlooked and people don't appreciate the glass, and the glass can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
The water is what you want.
Now that's
You
some
know?
real outside the box stuff. I like it.
I just approach life like that. Just be super humble, try to be grateful for what you have, plan, be happy. You know, you only get one life, man. So far until they download us in the cloud or whatever. But like,
I think we are going to end up with robot brains.
you know, Black Mirror,
What if
I do.
the episode with you know Black Mirror?
I do?
Episode where it's like sand I forget what it's called. But it's like
yeah, with the couples.
yeah.
Yep.
They-
San
If this was the new
San
season,
Juniper,
I
I
didn't
think.
Yes.
see it.
Yeah.
San Juniper.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What if we all just wake up one day
I mean,
and
we're
like
just
What if it
someone
already happened?
digitally
yeah, right?
revived us?
We're just old.
It might have already happened. This
Yeah.
might be it.
Yeah. But we age, so maybe.
Yeah.
They don't age in that.
I'm too tired to think about this
I
kind
know.
of stuff.
I could
Like,
I could
it's like throwing
blow
my
your
mind
but
all.
that's for behind the scenes.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Be grateful, and you know,
Yeah.
and life sucks, and people leave your life, and you know, people pass away and all that. But ultimately, like, hopefully, that you have a life that you can look back and reflect on, and realize that, like, wow, this is nice. I appreciate what's going on, and
Yeah.
you know, let me be happy. you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, man, because that definitely resonates. I remember like the first time I met you, I was like, all right, I felt like I knew you, or like we were in the same. It was just very welcoming energy, you know, and I feel like it definitely is contagious. So
Yeah, man.
For sure.
thank you for sharing
We
the
definitely
sauce.
felt it.
You know, so we gotta do this DJ thing.
Do we?
I met you. That was something you told me when I first met you too. Is you're like, no one even knows I DJ. like you're like,
No one.
I'm a
knows.
DJ too. It was bad enough they didn't know about the production, but like they didn't know you DJ'd.
Disrespect.
And you also told me that you just wing it every time.
Yeah, usually.
Are you still winging it? What's going on tonight?
I'm gonna wing it for sure.
Hey,
It's gonna be fire.
Word.
Like it's gonna be so dope.
yeah,
But like I usually just kind of just like, all right, like unless it's a really big deal, I'll plan out my set. But like other than that, I was like, man,
so
I know
this
the
isn't a
music.
very big deal, I guess.
No, it's a big deal. But I'm saying like there's times when I really don't care, and there's times like, all right, at least I know what the music I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
I know what the music I'm gonna play.
Okay.
But it's like it's not like super like rehearsed or anything.
Yeah.
You're probably just that nice, aren't you?
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Talk them up. Talk them up.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the whole, I feel like that's the whole thing. Like, I watched my mom as she first started being a minister be like, I gotta, like, spend 45 minutes on each sermon. And she definitely, like, writes each one in, like, 15 minutes and doesn't even bring a piece of paper up with her when she does it.
That's
now.
just
And
how
it's like,
when you do it so long.
yeah, like, I bet you probably are just a practice DJ and you can just rip it, you know? Like it's whatever.
Especially when it's open format stuff, like I can play whenever I want. Like that's when I'm like, all right, like I don't even. I'm just gonna do it.
Now the DJs are going to be looking real close to those transitions. After that intro, they're like,
I know.
Let's see.
Pressure's on.
They're
I
gonna
guess.
hit me up and be like, yo,
Yeah.
actually, bro, like you go in the lab, bro.
Yeah, it was that crab scratch.
Dang.
You know,
Nah, we
I'm
ain't doing
excited
that.
for this. No, I don't. I don't. Dude.
I don't even know what a crab scratch is.
Cutting, we're like, what?
Yeah, just like
I had no idea.
Whoops.
I'm excited for this, man. Thank you for blessing us with it too.
Yeah.
Because again, I feel like that was our power up. We knew he DJ'd. That's like super top secret. You know, people are finding out though. You DJ'd the MFA.
yeah. I feel like in like what you say about the communities, like people supporting us, each other.
Yeah.
Like I know like a lot of people don't know I DJ, but the people I do, they're like, yeah, like why doesn't Rilla do these gigs? I'm like,
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, hopefully you're about to start, man.
Yeah.
2020. It's happening.
Ooh,
So thank you. Actually, we're going to ask him one more question. One more.
got you.
Okay.
You're on LFOD radio.
Ooh,
Live free or die.
yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Live free or die. To be honest, put me on the spot. I like this. I like challenges. Okay. Live free or die. So to me, I guess that translates to, as cliche as it may sound, just living your truest moments. And if you're not, that's not adequate. That's not enough. You know what I mean? If you're not being true to yourself, if you're not living your maximum potential, why are you living?
Why?
Yeah.
Ask yourselves that before you write your goals down.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yo, thank you, Rilla. I'm looking forward to this LFOD mix coming up here. That's going to be up on our Mixcloud page. That's going to be up on YouTube. If you haven't checked out our YouTube in general, I would do that. We got other
stuff.
LFOD mixes. We got a bunch of extra bars. We're going to start putting up video from around the country. You can also keep up with us at LFOD Radio on everything, at LFOD Life on Facebook. We're on pretty much all the podcast apps, but if you can't find us on yours, let us know. We'll get you added. I would always recommend subscribing so you can get that right away. It'll pop up around like 2 a.m. maybe, Tuesday morning. You wake up, pour some coffee, press play, start your day right. If you're an artist or a manager, hit us with clean records, submissions at lfodradio.com. We're going to be on the road, but that doesn't mean we're not still broadcasting on FM every Monday morning, spinning records and replaying these episodes. We're also getting added to some more stations, stuff like that. We got to shout out the record company, Pavement Coffee, Skull Candy, A-Ball,
Thanks.
Thomas, Christiana, Amanda, everybody in the LFOD squad. Shout out our patrons, patreon.com/LFOD Life. If you don't know what that is, please check it out. If you're not interested in it, please let us know what would make you interested, because I really believe in that community and what it can do for all of us. And that's about it, I think. We're going to get into this LFOD mix.
Yeah.
Rilla Force.
Let's kick it.
Rilla Force, RILLAFORCE.